before we start this podcast, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this podcast. Dive Podcast, and I'm your host, Gamer Tunde. We are going to review season 1 of Domestic Girlfriend. Let's get into it. So, characters Natsumi, Hida, probably said that wrong, sorry, and Ruby. So, like, my first thoughts mm, on this anime series was when my friend told me about it. And when he told me, I was so fascinating because as Natsumi falls in love of Hida, and Hida is a teacher, and Natsumi is a student. So I was like, wait, hold up, because I was just interested because I never like saw that anime before. I was like, okay, after watching this anime, or no, because I was watching an anime before this, and I was like, okay, after I'm finished with this one, I'm gonna watch it, and I did, and that's why I made a podcast. just just making jokes. All right, so like my favorite characters are the dad, Hida, and Ruby. Um, the dad, if you're wondering why I like the dad, is just because I think he's just funny. He's just like the chill character of the whole anime, and then the mom too. So I'm gonna talk about the dad and the mom. The so the so the dad of Natsumi got remarried with the with what's it called? Got remarried, and it turns out when he got remarried, the Ruby and Nats no, sorry, Hida was what's it called? The daughter of the woman. And then I was like, wow, all right, that's fascinating. That's a little bit fascinating. And then after watching the whole like series, I'm gonna talk about episode one first. I was kind of, I kind of like, I was a little bit weird because how Ruby and Natsumi meet. Um, it's just because like I just like I didn't agree what he did. Like, all right, I understand that like wanted to push his feelings away from the teacher named Hida, and I do agree with him pushing his feelings away. I don't agree what he did with Ruby, just because I'm like, you can do any other things than that, than that. But you know, after watching a couple of episodes, and then when Natsumi met Mumu, I don't know why, for like 10 seconds, I was like, wait a minute, this is the same thing, but I kind of like, I was okay with it, but he stopped himself. So I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, it's all good now. It's all good. All right. I don't know why I think because I was kind of okay with it just because like, I know what's happening. Because I think when I first watching it, I didn't know what was just happening. So I'm gonna talk about what I didn't like about this anime. I kind of didn't like Hida dating Shu, just because Hida already know Shu was dating. Um, he had a girlfriend already, and I kind of didn't. I really didn't like that. I was just like, oh, that's bad. That's basically bad for me. I'm like, no. No, I'm just basically like, no. I'm like, I didn't like that at all. And when Shu, no, sorry, when Natsumi, I hope I'm saying his name. right, but I'm really sorry if I'm not saying his name right. And Ruby found out. I was like, "Ooh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, man?" That's and what happened was like Hida decided to break up with Shu, and then Hida dated sorry, not Natsumi, and I like that. I was kind of happy for him. I'm like, even though the age gap and she becoming she's a teacher, I was okay with it, just because I like Hida a little bit more than Ruby. It's just a little bit, but back in my head, or the whole series actually, when they start dating, I was like a little bit interested. What happened if the principal, or what if everybody found out that he was dating, or both of them are dating? And it did happen. Like I think it was like the last episode, or episode 11, that they had a what's it called, a what's it called, a what's it called? I'm really sorry. A Basically like the whole what's it called, classroom went to like a road trip to like to oh, to somewhere, and with fireworks, and they took a picture, and then they found out that Hida and and Natsumi, I probably said it wrong again, was in the room kissing. I was like, how the heck did you catch that? Like, I'll be honest. I'm like, bro, who have that 1080p camera quality that can zoom in and see that happening? I was like, whoa. All right. So what happened was he said, all right, don't. They called her after the road trip to that place. They went back to school, and then the vice principal called, or the principal basically called Hida, and basically Hida was begging, saying, "Okay, don't do nothing to the student. It was all my fault." And this turns out that Hida was gonna transfer to a school, and sorry, I'm saying way too much. And Hida wrote a note to Natsumi to saying, "Hey, I'm going to break up with you," and that stuff. I like that one just because, like, she knows that she was doing something wrong, and then she gonna move out. She moved out to a place. I don't know where is it, but yeah. But Natsumi was so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry with him too, just because like he's just like really sad because he was really happy. He was really really happy with like dating with her, and like when he was sad, Ruby tried to comfort him, and I like that idea. I kind of like do like that idea, just because like you know he she's trying to make him move on. And yeah, that's it for this podcast. If you guys like this podcast, hit the like button. If you're a new person, hit the subscribe button, because I'm gonna do more of this, and I'm really sorry if I'm all over the place. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.